Good morning, students. How are you all? Welcome to computer class. Today we are going to continue our chapter number 4, more on Flash CS6. In our previous video, we did learn about what is Flash, components of Flash window like tool panel, stage, menu bar, title bar, property, director, all those things, and editing object in Flash like resizing, sketch and skew. Now today we are going to learn about floating an object. So follow the given step to flip object. So let's learn how to flip. Select the object using the selection tool. Double click on the object to select it. Once your object gets selected, select the transform option from the modify menu. Go to the modify menu and select the transform option. Now choose flip vertical or flip horizontal and observe the changes. So it is flipped vertically and horizontally. Now moving an object, you can also move the selected object to another location on the stage. So let's learn how to move an object. Follow these steps to move an object. Select the object by using the selection tool. Click and drag the object to the new location. So this way your object will move. Release the mouse button and observe the changes. Now copying an object. So let's learn how to copy object. Select the object using selection tool. Select copy from the edit menu. Go to the edit menu and select the copy option. Click anywhere on the stage and select the paste in center option from the edit menu. A duplicate copy of object will be generated. Now grouping an object. When an object is drawn, the bordered area is independent of the content position of object. This may cause a problem while transferring or moving object, so there is a need to group both the things, objects and its outline, into a one object. So let's learn how to grouping an object. Select the object to be grouped using the selection tool. Select the group, select the modify option and select the group option from modify menu. The object with its parts will be grouped together. It becomes one group. Now creating and using symbols. Symbol is a name given for an object created by the user, stored in a library. Means any picture or object you have created and you have given the name symbol. Symbol can be a graphic, buttons, or it can be a movie clip also. In the case you need more than one copy of the same object, you do not need to recreate the same. You simply add copies of a symbol from the library. The copy of symbol is called instance. There are basically three types of symbols. Movie clip. There are flash movie clip having the both symbols and graphic. They have their own non-realistic timeline that play independence from main movie's timeline. So you can create a movie clip, you can create a button. So what is button? Button is a symbols. Add interactivity to the animation and response mouse action such as click. Means as we are having buttons, Graphic symbol is a well suited for repeated use of static images or for creating animation associated with the main timeline. This is the simplest symbol to use. Using the symbol in a document, reducing the file size, as saving several instances of symbol required a less storage space. The save multiple copies of the content of the symbol means the instance or copy of symbol take the less space, so it is easy to save. For example, you can reduce the file size by converting the static graphics such as the background images into a symbol, using and reusing them. So once we create our object and we can reuse them. Now let's learn how to create a symbol. Draw and color an object on a stage of your choice. Select it using the selection tool. Now go to the modify menu and select the convert to symbol, or you can press Ctrl plus F8 button. A convert symbol dialog box will display. Give a suitable name to your symbol in the name box and select the graphic option from the type box. And then click on the OK button. The symbol will be created. Using symbols. So let's learn how to use our created symbols. Click on the window menu and select the library option. The library window will allow you to scroll the various symbols list in the lower portion of the window. Drag the item from the library window on the stage. The item will be added to the current layer of the movie. So this way you can add your symbol. Now let's learn about gradient. Gradient means filling color in object from light to dark, give the shade to object. Gradient can also combination of two or various colors that gradually fade into each other. Gradient can be used to create a realistic shadow. They act like any other fill or stroke. There are two types of gradient in Flash. Linear gradient, it changes color from starting point to the ending point in a straight line. This gradient have a parallel band of colors. Radiant gradient, this changes color into outward direction straight from focal point. Applying gradient fill. So let's learn how to apply gradient fill to your object. Draw any object on the stage. Here we have draw polygon. Select the polygon using the selection tool. Select the paint bucket from tool panel. Click on the fill color drop down arrow and get the color palette. Select the gradient effect and click inside the object the gradient color with fill the shade. Now creating a new gradient. So let's learn how to creating a new gradient. Draw object using the selection tool. Now select the color option from the window menu. Control panel will display. Click on the drop down arrow of color type and select the linear gradient or radial gradient. The color panel will appear. Select the color of your choice. Select the paint bucket tool and click on the object. So this way the gradient color will be applied. Click on the drop down arrow below the free transform tool and select the gradient transform tool from the tool panel. Click on the object fill with a gradient. The gradient transform control the appearance of around the object. Now to rotate the gradient field, drag the gradient rotation handle. This will rotate the linear gradient clockwise. Modify a linear gradient. So let's learn how to modify a linear gradient. Click on the drop down arrow from free transform tool and select the gradient transform tool. Now click on the object fill with gradient color in it. Use the handle on the right side to modify the intensity of the gradient. This button will change the intensity. Change the direction of gradient arrow on the upper right side and corner of the selection. So here we have completed our chapter. Thank you students. Bye bye.